Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk. Now let's dive right back into Tarath through the campaign Alilopolis.
Fucking Craig.
Oh.
Oh. I don't think I need to go back that far. The hand of fate tosses. The dice rolls, spins, turns. I need to go back that far. A campaign starts and ends, leaving memories that become stories. Stories flow out into the infinite sea, painting it with legends. Legends wash up on the shores throughout the infinite sea, fading to myth until myths are forgotten, and the campaign that gave it birth comes again, and again the hand of fate tosses. Rolls, spins, turns. The dice rolls, spins, turns. Hitherto, we left the rum rollers on the island of Shandar. Mime, Cat, Hamilton, and the Ronaldsons beached Dune right next to the horde of kobolds and their ship owned by Shandar. They then frolicked in the sand with some crabs, catching 12 of them. Rarl also made a deal with Gulliver, the captain of the Red Cobalt ship, to deliver Shandar's goats. Gulliver also warned Rarl of the feuding goblins inside the volcano that Shandar lived in. While the Dune whipped up some Balkan tentacle sushi for another offering to Shandar, the rum rollers headed north on the island head towards the island body, the volcano, a fully active volcano. On the way, they stopped to admire and then devour enormous coconuts. Coconut barely dry on their face, the rum rollers march forward into the obsidian cliffs across the dark lava tube caverns. Hamilton leaves the group to gather the goats from Gulliver on the deck of Adune and test the portal onto Adune's deck. Mime and Cat, unable to see in the descending darkness of the tunnels, latch onto Rarl. Then Cat casts Fly on him, and then Rarl speeds off through the tunnels, avoiding tempting magical auras noted by his companions in the raging battles between the kobolds and goblins. Rapidly, the small contingent of the rum rollers convinced the guard at the door of Shandar's chambers to be friends in exchange for gold. Greeted exuberantly by the Red Dragon himself upon entering the crater of the volcano, and Shandar assumes they are early entries into his talent show. They went along with it and entered themselves as goat stackers. After some quick practicing, Hamilton took the lead to set up the act for Shandar the Red Dragon, with Rarlsons balanced on top of one another, then Zun with Zenora atop the tippy top of them, and Cat held in Zenora's hands, while Hamilton and Mime herded the goats and other food they had prepared for Shandar towards their stacked companions, juggling the goats and other food to all the way up the stack of them where Cat flame broiled them, and Zenora tossed them into the mouth of Shandar, who had excitedly turned from his human form to his dragon in his winged glory. All going good and smooth until the Balkan sushi made it into the gut of Shandar, who accidentally torched the rum rollers nearly to death with his indigestion. Captain Mime saved the day as they cleaned up their act. The rum rollers then set an appointment to come to terms for some of his breath in exchange for the Queen's gold to help save Socrates. Let's find out what happens this time. So yeah, that might have given you some insight of what happened while you were gone there, George.
Incinerating indigestion.
Well, when you're a dragon, indigestion can be slightly aggressive.
Yeah, we forgot that dragons were magical creatures and we gave it anti-magical sushi.
I tried to eat a piece too to see if I could turn back into human, but it didn't work.
That's true, she did.
I just threw it up.
I was gonna say, what was the result? Did your body reject it?
First,
I
she
for
turned
like
into a chicken.
yeah, I turned fully chicken. Like I forgot all my magic, I forgot all my humanity, and I was just
Oh.
worried about where to get feed, and then I threw up and I was back to myself. Yeah, exciting.
I got a question now that I'm going to ask you later.
Yeah.
Did we rest then at the end of that, or are we still in the middle of the day?
So you guys are probably towards the end of the day. You'd set up a meeting with Shandar for not that long. You were hoping to be before the next day because the next day was going to be um, the full on event of the talent show because you guys had asked to perform early actually too. That was one thing I did kind of leave out from the description.
The
Is it-
ones that nobody got an invitation for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's the one, right?
But yeah, we actually had set up a meeting to go talk to him before we went to bed, and we decided to hold off on the meeting until more players could be here for said meeting.
Makes sense.
I'm glad I
Does
can
every-
add so much to this meeting.
I'm still trying to get you on the map, and now it's being even more tricky.
Should definitely
Is
have a
this
game
token
plan.
just missing?
No, it's just that because I'm working off my phone here instead of like a laptop. That I decided I could do that, but I didn't think through all the processes until I got to here at this point, and like when you open some of those side menus on your phone from like the browser standpoint. Yeah, it
Oh.
takes up like the whole screen. So like I was trying. There was like a little bit of a gap that I've been sitting here the whole time too, just before the recap, trying to like drag him character over in between the gap and the. And then now the screen's not even loading though. So
Uh-oh. We might just have to use our imagination, guys.
I'm
yeah,
there.
it was, that was what I was gonna say too. Is in the most part of this, um, there would be a bit of a switch off here if Zenora is not making it. I think Zenora is going to take her crispy self and be like, "Can somebody spin up the plate so I can go back to Adune?"
Yeah, what didn't she I know I like died almost died, and she almost died because we were both at like 0 HP. And then
You
yeah, Mime just came in and was like, "Nope, nope, healed."
and the
Yeah.
Rarl.
That happened literally in both campaigns now, about a week apart.
That's that's not an omen or anything.
Ominous. Foreshadowing.
It's almost as if what happens to one happens to the other.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bum.
Well, since our real selves are now canon, I wouldn't like to think about that.
Whatever happens to us in real life happens to us in the game.
Hold your butts on that one, kids.
Is this Jumanji?
Man, things are getting intense.
Has anyone read the little description thing of the short shot I'm doing?
Oh yeah,
I have not.
Yes.
Did you post it?
I think it's in Discord.
yeah. It's under that final last text channel. Watsy something, not Watsy.
Yeah.
WOTC. That might be
How it
a little bit
goes.
longer to say, but is anyone gonna spin up the plate for Zenora? I think it's
I'll
Mime
spin it
that
up.
had the plate last because you were taking Balkan sushi on and off the ship.
Uh-huh.
Right. I suppose I will. It's performance, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
If I fail, I'm gonna give it to the I got a 10. It's telling me I clicked on Terrace, but I didn't launch the game.
Oh, no worries. 10 is just what you barely need. So like you're kind of like looking at unless you want to describe it, I can tell you how you just succeed, just barely.
I'm just gonna. Mime's just real tired, right? Just we all just narrowly escaped death. I was able to heal everybody. I just want to help Zenora get to where she's supposed to be, and so Mime just doesn't really pay attention and just like pulls the plate and like tries to do like this, like it feels confident, right? We've spun the plate up so many times before. It's confidence. I'm tired. Just throw it and like almost fucks it up, right? And then like catches it real quick and gets it to work right.
So you like take it out of your pocket and like spin it off the back of your hand. And as it's falling out of your hand from that fumbled attempt, you kind of just grab the top of it and spin it in the air.
Yeah.
And it spins up. And Nora nods to you and is brushing some of the her crusty bits off and walks through the portal. And makes it onto the. I wasn't going to jump over there unless everybody's jumping onto a Dune this moment in time, but I was thinking at least that she would make it onto Dune's decks into the crew's quarters. I'm sure you can imagine, and is sitting around there to asking Dune actually probably for something to munch on is what you hear from your rooms, Frederick, when you were coming back to after barely surviving the or barely getting into the action of the Balkan.
Yep.
The tentacle creature.
I mean, I'm pretty beat up. I don't know if everybody else is. It definitely would be nice to get some health back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I meant
Actually, I think I'm pretty good. Yeah, because you fully healed me.
Time for some shut eye.
I'm doing all right. I think I'm gonna like real quick run down to like the fight where the goblins and the kobolds are, and just get
Sure.
like like 50 HP of goblin kills, and just like just laser them from a distance real quick. Feel a little restless.
Oh, okay, I see.
Feel so close.
Let me jump over here.
I can shoot from 120 feet away, so as far away as I can, and I just start lasering with my eye beams.
Are you gonna
All
like
my
absorb their
siblings, like,
life energy? Is that how that works?
Yeah. They drop little like green spheres, and then they get like drawn into me. No.
Just rolling them and they absorb into your fur.
I don't get how lasering them is gonna get you HP.
No, not HP. I'm feeling restless. I feel
Oh.
so close to like, some sort of new power level or level of skill. I just want to get it out.
They are down there just stirring up shit.
Yeah,
And we were
just
just
real
like,
quick
bye!
before
Flew
bed.
past them.
Oh yeah, that's true. That was going to be one of the things that we could offer him too.
Was to
We should
kill
all
some
meet
lizards.
after we get some sleep about what we're hoping to achieve in this negotiation.
Unlimited power.
That would be
So
nice.
Besides yourself, it sounds like everyone else is heading onto a Dune. Just to clarify.
I don't know if anyone else wants to join me for like a little bit of extra exercise at the end of the day.
No, I'm ready for shut eye.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you,
definitely
guys.
need sleep.
Yeah.
After almost getting taken out by a dragon's indigestion, I'm ready for a lay down.
Like that meme.
Yeah, I love that meme.
You guys are going to getting onto the Adune's deck then, and um, you're are you coming out of your room, Frederick, or are you just gonna try to listen in on the crew there?
I'll come out.
You see everybody filing in from the portal into the little galley that you guys have. Probably sitting down at some of the tables and talking to Aduna to see what she can make them.
Yep.
Gonna do. Gonna. Just gonna stand there awkwardly, stare at them.
Yep. I'm just gonna like listen in.
Oh,
Kinda like the
okay.
corner.
Okay. I I don't know if anyone's gonna tell him about Rarl. That's where I was
They met.
going to.
What do
as
I know
in,
about
like,
them? Or Rural.
the fact that he's going to go kick some goblin butt for a little bit.
Oh, do you want to go knock some heads together with Rarlson?
Just like 30 minutes. Really quick.
I'm good.
Quick cardio.
5 goblins. I don't know. 6 I don't know how many I need, but not to metagame this at all. But
No, I'm down for it. I was just looking up some stuff here. You would go then into the caves. You'd nod to one of the guards at Shandar's door, and they go, I don't know if I can let you pass. You've got a meeting with the Shandar in a little while. Are you gonna be back?
yeah, can I see through them to the fight?
No, you're currently on the other side of the door, like on the inside of the cabin, still inside of the thing.
I look at them. I'm like, I just want to shoot like 5 goblins, 6 goblins, and then I'm
Just
coming
hang-
right back.
Puts his hands on his hip, and he takes a deep breath and goes,
You want to come with?
Not particularly. I mean,
Oh, why not?
pretty cozy in here, nice and warm. Don't have to
I'd
worry
look
about
around.
my life.
Oh, I mean, I'm not getting in close. I was going to be like 120 feet away. Maybe have like an ice water while we do it.
It was more thinking like, you got any shirt? Well, I guess the rest of your crew's still over there. I don't know. He's
sleeping.
looking to meet with you in like a few hours. There's not that much time in the day here. Anyhow,
I'm full HP. I don't need to sleep. I will just train.
I mean, this is a risky
I would
gamble
like
for
to
me.
sleep.
I could get my ass chewed out if I let you pass, and I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, weren't we just supposed to meet with him like right now?
I mean, he said a few hours. So if you guys short? They must be short resting then.
Yeah, I would prefer to not go talk to the big bad dragon with like less than a quarter of my HP.
Sure.
So I'm gonna short rest.
It's gonna chill out on Adune's deck and nom on some of the sushi that she's probably acquired by this other sushi she's acquired by this point. I've
Yeah,
got
the
this salt.
non-magic destroying sushi.
Yeah.
How much HP do I get back?
When you there's should be a short rest button.
Yeah.
And it depends upon how many of your hit die you want to roll. So you can roll all of your hit die at like a level 12 too. You'd be like, I don't know, especially as a cleric. There's a good bit of hit die. I don't know what you're at.
It's a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
So I can roll all of these?
Yeah, you wouldn't have any more until you would long rest,
I
hit die.
see.
That's how the short rest ones work.
Gotcha. Okay, sorry guys. I'm bad at D&D. Continue.
You're good. You're good. Did you want to try and, I don't know, seduce this cobalt or something there, bro?
Seduce the cobalt.
What are you?
Look in my inventory at the 2 gold that I have. because I gave it all to somebody. I don't remember
Another
who. I look for that guy. Do I see that guy?
It doesn't seem to be on this side of the door. Oh, he was on the other side. You remember? Or at least he's not at this particular post.
I don't really have any other stuff or money. I say, sure, that's fine. Hold on. And then one of my siblings will come over and they will try to confuse him by pretending to be me and continue talking while I just walk past him.
Okay, so you're gonna need to roll me a deception with a stealth with advantage.
Okay. Here's deception. 20. And then stealth.
Nice.
Thank God for advantage. 21. Jeffrey just
Yeah.
comes up and starts dancing in front of him as if he was me.
I don't think I would do it. You know what would do
Oh.
it though?
What would do it?
You hand Jeffrey one of the gold pieces, and he keeps like twirling it between his fingers and like makes it disappear, and then he pulls it out from behind his ear. He goes, "Oh!" And then he pulls another one out from behind his ear, but it's the same one. He's "Oh!"
I gotta stop and watch for a little while too, captivated before I shake myself and like move through. Oh my God, he's so talented. Oh, look at him. Pearl of my mother's eye.
You
And
make
I
it
skip
through
away.
the other side. The one that you'd given gold before is like shakes your hand as you're walking by, and it asks if there's anything he can do for you.
If that guy is looking for me, tell him I didn't come through. But they'll be back in like, I look at my wrist where there's no watch. It'll be like 15 minutes.
Not sure
How
what a
far?
minute is.
I don't know either.
All right.
How far until I get to like generally where the fighting is?
Mostly. That's his main concern. That's the only place he wants to spend our lives, it seems like. But yeah, probably not too far. I mean, he came in this way, didn't you see him? We've been holding the line.
Yeah, we've come kind of fast. Do you have to like stay here? I kind of look around.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
making sure that no one sneaks on past into the crater.
I wink. Sure. I'll be right back if you'll let me through when that happens.
Absolutely.
Cool.
With
I'm just gonna
no
kill a
doubt.
few goblins.
Okay. Have fun.
Sweet. Okay, bye. I skip away.
Just frolics into battle.
Don't want to get into a fight. I just want to pick off some of the weaker ones.
Yeah, so you get up to the line that they were talking about, and they seem to be changing out the people in the front line, as it were, because you kind of join a group that's the fresh the fresh front line, and they're kind of talking amongst each other in Draconic, but they see you come up and ask what's going on, and you see a kobold riding a drake. They're all red. And then there's a couple heavy armored kobolds, and then there's like a couple in the back that are ready for shooting some archer, whether it be whatever kind of mechanism they have in their hands. Basically, they don't all seem to be as cohesive in the back lines. And there's a couple. There is one though that stands in the back, kind of hurting the rest of them. That's got some sort of magic capabilities. You can tell about him.
I'll walk over and stand next to him and casually chat while, if I'm within 120 feet, just shooting off laser bolts into the crowd of goblins. Hey, my
Great.
name's Zararl.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good,
Comes
good,
out of my
good.
eyes.
Yeah, and he just like points a finger over top of the line, just past the Drake. Some firebolt around the either side of them into the midst. And we're going to go back here and
How many do I have to kill?
you hear a
Mega.
you hear a sizzling sound from the other end. Could you roll me a dexterity saving throw?
Sure. Natural
Kick
20
or
for
break
26.
Nice. So you hear the sizzling sound, and as it starts to amp up, you can tell your hair starts to stand all on end, and you jump up to the ceiling, cat reflex style, and hold on to the top of the ceiling, and lightning surges through the front ranks. Not everybody goes down. Some of the back line goes down, but most of the others still keep standing. Seems like those in armor had it padded as well, so it didn't take them down fully. Who have kind of rushed to either side of the Drake, who was just getting back up.
Oof. That's rough.
And we'll go. I got to do one of these because it is halved. Do over here.
Do I have being a rogue?
What was it? 8, 6, and 2. 15.
Ow.
So a arc kind of does come up and get you, but it seems to be, not as strong as the rest.
Mm-hmm. Dick, I target that guy with my Eldritch Blast, and I hex him, and then I shoot him.
Double tap.
Go ahead and roll.
Sure.
When you're on the ceiling, you do see that there is like another goblin shaman of some sort, and he's like doing a dance, and like he's got a staff above his head, and he looks like he's preparing for another electric blast of some sort, but in a ritual format.
You look really cool.
Picks him
Look
off.
cooler, Dad.
I shoot twice. And I have him hexed, which is, how do I get that onto display?
There it is. You get to deal one extra d6. There it is, 5 plus. Eldritch Blast. Is that a saving throw or
It's to hit. It should have popped up.
11?
11 and... Oh wait, the other one is a booming blade. That was wrong. I shoot 2 of them. 11 and a 13. Also,
They both they both seem to kind of bounce off of a shield a magical sort of shield that he has around him as he stops. He is startled by the attack though, because he is in the back farthest lines of the goblins, and there's definitely far more goblins than there are kobolds in this tunnel. You can see it seems like they've maybe doubled since the last time you've seen them.
nice.
There.
How far away exactly is he?
He's probably at the edge of your range, just like 100 feet away, maybe more.
Okay. I move to 110 feet away, so I'm outside the range of a lightning bolt, and I continue shooting him. Actually, I moved to 120 feet away.
And then he sees he doesn't quite notice that, I guess, but so you try to shoot him at him again there.
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead.
Just need to get this guy down and then I can go to bed. Will you die, please?
It's just snarling in the distance.
21 to hit
Oh yeah.
and 6 points of damage, and then another 13 to hit.
That first one seems to hit the shield right where another bolt had, and there had been like a small crack that you'd seen appear, kind of, and it fades away. But you aim directly to that spot, so that 22 passes through that spot as it kind of shatters in that. But your other one kind of nicks some of that that's still remaining on his shield above that, and
Wait, he gets an additional 2 damage from Hex.
okay, so the
Sorry.
eight damage, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, you see him like stumble in his ritual, and then he like takes his staff coming back. I'm assuming that was your action and everything like that. You didn't have any, unless you want to do a bonus action.
I'll move back another half my movement speed to like 135 feet, and then on my turn I'll move forward again.
And you see him when after he's stumbled there and he's standing there and the lions are fighting each other and you guys are facing off. He kind of definitely noticed where all of those eldritch blasts were coming from, especially because they're coming from the ceiling at this point that you're up there.
I flick him
And
off.
he just gets this aggressive look on his face at first, but then you see all of his teeth, which we can only assume is in a smile, as he breaks his staff over his knee, and you see flame erupting out of the center of him, as if he almost is sacrificing himself to cast this, but a fireball coming in your direction, blazing.
I run away.
He's angry.
I run instead of running away from the fireball. Wait, how big is it compared to the tunnel I'm in?
It's nearly top to bottom. It's like 20-foot diameter.
All right, let's see. If I'm 135 feet away, what's the range of the fireball? How fast can I run?
You don't have a reaction speed as far as I know.
You're not wrong. So fireball has a range of 150 feet, so I am within range. All right. Shit.
And like it says, a 20-foot radius. So you see it sail through most of the other kobolds, no problem. They kind of just like, huh, what was that? Because fire resistant. That's why he hasn't been using that spell, you could tell. But having seen you not being a red kobold, with his dark vision as well, being a goblin, you're gonna want to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Sure will.
That's what that movement speed will get you.
13.
No, that wasn't the number I was looking for.
Run! Can I shield, or does that not have any effect?
Is that a reaction spell?
It is.
I thought you can.
It gives you extra AC, but it doesn't say anything about like area effects. But
It is an area effect. It wouldn't really help in this. Maybe it would at least. Does it say anything about having damage or anything like that too? Because it's like a full-on magical force field type deal too, right?
visible barrier force appears and protects you until the end of the next turn. You have a +5 bonus to AC, including all triggering against a triggering attack, and you take no damage from magic missile. That's text.
Okay. Thank you. Because yeah, we'll say it's halved because we're talking again about here, donk and donk. That's right. Oh no, I did that wrong. 8d6. I got it backwards.
Thank God.
So the last two. 4, 28, 32, 16.
Yeah. I'm still up. I'm fringed. I think to myself, Does that feel like about 50 HP worth of damage or fighting?
Mhm.
If not,
you
I
look,
still need to go to bed.
Think
you
you're
look back.
muted.
You look back and you do
I
see
said
that the
murder.
the goblin himself had sacrificed himself. He is a pile of ash, but there is another one that steps up in his place as you're deciding your final decision.
I go to bed. I'm at 8 HP now, and I use both my spells. Time for bed.
Okay.
Take that, goblin mage, and the goblins within it. Well, no, he's fine, but. Well, did he explode in a fireball? You said he
Yeah,
turned to ash.
yeah.
Did I? Were there other goblins within range?
No, he was inside of his own shield that seems contained inside of that sphere that he was using.
Got it. All right. Well, I limp back, now in pain and all fringed up, to go back to the plate and go to bed, or take a short rest, because now I need it.
Performance with disadvantage for the plate because it's by this point it's spun down.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, you have amazing performance though.
That's fair. I still got a 24. Oh, I'm so good.
Beautiful. You want to tell me how you succeed? Wow, all cinched up.
I'll start to spin it and then hit a burn on my hand and then wince and then turn around and use my tail to spin it, which I imagine is not all burned up,
No, not as
because it was facing away from the fireball. And I spin it up with that.
it's spinning on the tip of your tail as it starts to open the portal. Take a half step back before you see your friends materialize in front of you, chowing down on some food. Anyone want to tell me what they're eating?
Whatever, sushi's not magical.
Cat's up there eating some shark sashimi, and I think there was at one point there was trying to remember everything. I think there was some alligator as well.
Alligator
Maybe.
sushi.
Bob.
Yeah.
Wrong campaign.
Ham.
Mime's just going to be eating everything they can get their hands on.
Taking a little bit from everybody's plate and your own.
Yes.
Hamilton call up for a brew of some sort.
And a ham sandwich. I don't know if that came through or not.
Oh, I got the ham sandwich now.
Yeah.
Because you get a little bit of a curious, huh, from a dude, but then she goes, sandwich. So you mean like the two pieces of bread? I can
Yeah.
kind of picture what's in your mind.
No, it's meat, bread, meat.
Zippy zaps!
Well, I only ask because we haven't restocked in a while, and most of our bread's kind of either gone really stale or moldy.
That means it's crunchy.
If it's stale, I'll just pretend it.
Okay, well, I can give you some stale bread. It's gonna be rock hard, though.
Splash a
Like
little bit
true
of water on it with
sailors.
some nice slices of ham and cheese on there will be good.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Here, let me put some of that seawater on that to just get some of that salt going. You
Hopefully
get.
cured ham wasn't a thing back in this time.
I'm guessing it was. That's what you're getting basically. Is like a super dry, cured sandwich.
Double
I
salted ham.
Yeah, exactly. And she's like, I'm really sorry. I don't think we have any sauces that would pair well with this, but I haven't had my tastes in a century or two, so hard to say.
As long as I got a very, very tall glass of fresh water. We'll be okay.
Oh, I've got a dark brew that I think would go possibly pretty well with it.
Aye, top me off.
All right. And you guys had meanwhile been seeing Adune kind of like open holes up in her deck with a hand that comes up from below. And you hear some clattering and stuff on the lower decks as she's working around in the kitchen with those hands, and plating all of your food. Is Frederick still just watching all that, or is he going to be enticed by the brew? Perhaps, I don't know, because
In
the
the
last thing
corner
that gets set down on the table is a deep dark foamy beer that has a bit of aroma as you're taking it towards your head face there, Hamilton, of malty almond chocolate.
Oh, fancy.
It's just Christmas.
You still there, Frederick?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
He's just menacingly watching from the doorway.
Menacingly. Lately.
Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
I'm about to fire him, I think.
What was that?
That was my phone, sorry.
Oh.
I was gonna say somebody's pulling out firearms. I'm like, this dinner table, none of that.
That's the most American dinner I've ever heard of.
What do we eat for dinner? Guns.
Bacon, coffee, and bullets.
Hot lead.
It was my nickname in high school.
Ah,
So, well, that's the scene you come into then, Raul. Frederick standing menacingly in the doorway to the hallway of his bedroom, watching everybody eat. And his head probably would turn to you, though, as you come through the portal. That's directly next to everybody while they're eating.
All burned up. The wizards. Just so you know, they have other wizards.
were they any good? Should we be worried about that?
Well, I mean, I definitely had him because, like, I was standing outside his regular range and just shooting him from a distance. But then he blew up himself to shoot a fireball at me, and then I gestured to myself. So he's dead, but there's
Raul does
more.
look
I was
extra
gonna say, it sounds like
crispy.
that wasn't a smart move. Ah.
I mean, I'm alive, and they're down one mage. And now we know. He kind of gingerly sits down with his siblings and allow them to begin like cleaning him and start grooming him. Begin feeding him.
Guys get like the rawest cuts with the least amount of additives. Which I'm guessing they would have requested from Adune.
Probably.
And you probably some milk, but they probably would have not Jeffrey, obviously, but everybody else would inform you that it's long gone, unless you want heavily fermented milk,
He thinks to
maybe
himself.
maybe cottage cheese level, though.
Oh. We need to buy some cows.
Ooh.
Just keep
Adune
the cow
chimes
on
in.
deck for some milk.
Adune chimes in. I was thinking about starting some cheese off of it. I don't know how well it would do. I haven't tried that myself. But, I gotta do some things to keep myself busy.
Dune, what can we do for you to help keep you not busy? Like, I mean, we're going to get you to fly, so then you could do like cool loop-de-loops and stuff when we're gone.
That would be cool. You know,
Yeah.
what I would actually like, I've been
Yeah.
thinking about this a while because I think Captain Mime had asked me a similar question. And you know what I miss is actually the land and walking about it and being amongst people. And, just visiting the shops and the stands and talking to haggling with the shopkeepers and going out and getting a caf at the cafes.
So you want to be a person again?
Oh, maybe not fully. I love being a ship, don't get me wrong. I think the thing that would be nice is actually if I could, disembark every now and again, though.
You
No,
mean like
hats off.
possess
Then
someone's
our-
body?
Hmm.
Sorry, go ahead.
That was a lot of voices. I'm sorry. One at a time. I think I heard something from Hamilton and Frederick that sounded interesting. I don't know.
I said hats off for a second. So since the rhythmic veracity, our players know everything that our characters know. So our characters know everything we know, which means I would know what Jess knows because me as a person knows what she knows, which means Hamilton might also know about Bob and about how he can like pop vessels.
Oh yeah.
Is Hamilton just having a weird flashback? I know this shady dude.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I might know what we can do here.
I mean, for the amount of times I was just going back and looking at this more recently too. Completely hats off. You guys have been to every Eurythmic Veracity, so that would increase your connection with your other players in my mind. In that case too, you would probably have, especially being in love with your other character.
You're in love with
Literally.
yourself.
I do love myself.
Literally and figuratively in the sense of I don't know if that actually applies or not. But anyways, you would have a pretty good understanding of the vaster array of all the characters like in the stories because of that loving connection basically.
I was gonna say, am I the only one who thought of like a ship just walking through the forest?
Does anyone have a ring of resizing?
like a pirate ship with like hairy human legs walking through the forest?
Just
Dune,
chugging
you mean
around.
I
Hairy
have-
human legs and some beefy ham arms.
I have a ring of resizing, but I had another thought if we want to go down this crazy road about what ifs.
do enjoy crazy.
Okay,
And roads.
so
Mm.
thinking back, somebody, and I look around, was it somebody in this group that got the fabric of reality piece? Was that Jess
Yep.
or was that a character?
That was actually me. The
So
player.
you, Jess, the person. Okay. Then never mind. This does not work. We need that.
I'm
I
making it,
shut
okay? I'm
back
working
down.
on it.
No worries.
She means like literally too. Like
Oh, cool.
like
Yeah. Yeah, that's my next project. Trying to think of how to manufacture the fabric of reality as a physical item that I can hold.
Well,
I was thinking about that a little bit. It might have to involve food somehow because it seems to be a very hard, solid action. But I don't know. It's still up to you. I'm not going to play with it too much, but it's just a thought of mine.
Involve food. Hmm.
well, in either case, we should also consider what we want to ask Shandar for to derail it again.
So we need Shandar's breath to complete our quest for the queen and to get our 1%.
Yes, I was thinking, however, what if instead inside this contract to Shandar, we do the same thing and get the percentage of his side of the business with a guarantee as well, since we did the same with the Queen, that we are the only ones who can do this. And then we can buy a bunch of ships and have people do stuff for us. And then I turn to the captain, and you will become an admiral
Oh,
of a merchant fleet that just generates us wealth, and then we go do whatever we want.
That was directed towards Mime, I believe.
did she walk away?
I don't know.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's,
I just saw the meme you posted, and I thought that meant you took your dog for a walk because she
Oh,
was
no.
craving violence. Like, all right.
No, that was earlier when the Rawsons just wanted to kill things. Explain this to me again.
so we have an agreement with the queen that we will
Yeah.
have exclusive use. Like, she has to use us for this endeavor if she ever wishes to trade with Shandar, right?
Okay.
Yeah, we're
So we
creating a
make the
monopoly.
same agreement with Shandar for, exclusive access and a 1% stake in his company. Then we open our own company, which we own 100% of, and then we just hire a bunch of people to do all the actual work, and we just get rich.
I say, but what does that actually do for us? What are we doing with this money? Do we need money?
I mean, shopping, we could buy super good gear, we could buy upgrades for the ship, we could pay off our 10,000 gold debt to the guy. And Socrates.
The
We have a
guy.
debt?
Yeah, we somebody, I look around at my siblings, destroyed all of the bar stuff in
Oh, that's right.
in the
How
bar,
do they know
and
that was
so
us? They don't know that
what?
was us. They don't know
They
that was
do
us.
know that was us, and we had to give them collateral.
Mhm.
So we had to give them the coin that not Regina, somebody got. Sonora, I think, Myra, one of them. And I want them to have it back because it's a very powerful object and everyone should get one.
I mean, I don't think there's any problems with your business case. I think the business case is sound. I don't know if we signed up. I'm a simple person from a very simple place. I just like to farm food and eat food. Really, I don't know about running. I don't know about running like a mega corporation conglomerate with a monopoly on trade routes between some very powerful and dangerous customers.
That's why we don't do that. We hire someone else to do that.
We're the owners. We get someone else to be CEO.
Yeah, we're just the guys. Yeah, we're the shareholders, not the actual company.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say no. You all do as you will. I'm probably just going to sit here and eat.
It's true. But outside of that, we need the breaths, and we could offer him, everything that we came with. And also, we could help him with his goblin problem.
That's true. That's true. We should ask more about the goblin problem and see if there's anything we can do about that for them.
And if, maybe he has, a horde of cool magic items, maybe we could be like, oh, either everyone gets one, something like that. I don't know.
I think it sounds like a good plan.
Okay, I like that. What do you guys think? I'll look to the others.
Sure.
Thumbs up.
Can you guys hear me?
Then,
yeah.
Now we can, but not before.
Did you say something before?
I assume he did if he's asking if we can hear him.
We can currently cannot.
Yeah.
It sounded like a
Warren
pop,
on the back.
like some sort of a thing came out.
I might have not fixed my audio.
There you are. Yeah, you're popping in and out. It sounds like you have like a faulty wire.
Yep. Then we just have to decide what we want to do with the rest of like our time. Because I
Right.
don't want to become like merchants, forever. I just want to slam dunk like an early deal that, that feed us a constant stream of income, and then after that go like fuck off and do something fun.
Fair. It would also be cool to get a Dune flying. A flying ship would be cool.
Yeah, that's part of this deal with the queen. The queen is going to make the Adune fly if we make this deal happen.
Yeah.
He does like ponder for a second, and then he says, "Okay, but like one option for the far future is if we do get our hands on this item, this bag, or this fabric of reality. We could turn it into a bag and then put the Dune into the little bottle, and then put the bottle in the bag, and then release a Dune in the bag, and then we could sail on the infinite seas forever."
That might be a very cool way to completely undermine everything Josh has planned.
Yeah, I like it.
Hey, like I say, fuck around and find out.
I don't know how far ahead he plans, but that if we really wanted to like do something unique, we could go do that, because she would fly and we would have a plate on this side for resupplies, and we could just sail around and like be the first ones to ever like sail in reality.
I'm cool. I'm all about getting a Dune to fly and sailing to new and wondrous places.
I hold my hand up to high five.
Mime gives you a high five.
I don't know how we can get that thing, but long-term goals, I think it would be cool. But first, we have to talk to this dragon.
Fair. We do need to talk to the dragon.
Back at Frederick. Really quiet, buddy.
Yeah, I muted myself and see. Does this sound better?
A little bit.
Yes. A lot better.
All
Yeah.
right.
What do you think?
I'm sorry. I was looking for a different chord for like the past 5 minutes, so I
Ah.
kind of was walking around.
How much did you hear or miss?
I remember the reference of like a vague shadow corporation that we kind of run, sort of thing.
Yeah, so first thing was we talked about what we want to get from Shandar. Settled on trying to set up some sort of company to give us like a basic income stream while we do whatever we want. And then maybe an item if we help them with like the goblins or something.
Sounds
And then
reasonable.
then a far-flung thought on how we could sail into the fabric of reality itself, but that's not relevant yet.
Drugs.
Drugs too, yeah, but I mean physically in this game.
Magical drugs.
Magical drugs? Yeah, I think that's technically true.
I think he's missing the strategy that you were talking about is all, which is that just to fill you in of his thought process was Jess has got the fabric of reality from Michael Polis, the god that greets you usually during eurythmic veracity. And
No.
he was talking about making a bag with it to sail Adune into.
Like a bag of holding, and then you just release the Dune into it and teleport onto her deck from outside. And now you're sailing around inside the bag. That's, I assume, infinite because reality. Or we all die.
Don't die.
I mean, that's an option. We'd have to test it. Send in like a regular ship and see what happens.
A decoy ship.
Anyway. He sits down and begins eating. Very hungry.
Don't forget to roll your short rest hit die.
Yes, sir. And I get my spells back because I'm a warlock. He takes a quick cat nap.
June goes. So it sounds like the negotiations haven't started yet with Shandar.
Not quite yet.
Oh,
I
well,
think we need to make a game plan on exactly how we're going to convince him to share his breath with us.
oh, wonderful. How did he like the sushi I prepared?
Uh,
Well,
so the
He loved
sushi. Go ahead.
no, okay, I'm good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the sushi that was prepared with. Oh, he said the creature's name. The giant
Golog or
squid.
something.
We forgot that was an anti-magic creature, and eating it, it still has its anti-magic effects. So we might have given the dragon a bit of indigestion.
Oh, that's horrible. Well, I think I've whipped up a cure of some sort. Or maybe she was on deck here. She used to be an alchemist. Perhaps I could raid her wares.
Sure.
Oh.
Hear some rattling in the room next door that nobody's inhabited in the meantime, and she comes out
Probably
from
needs
the
to be
side.
tranquilized.
Hello.
Hello.
So, do we need to like have like a constant stream of his breath? Like, how do we like? What exactly are we trying to get? Like,
We're trying to set up a trade deal.
Yeah, but
I
if
get
we-
that, but like, for what exactly? Like, we need his breath. Like, we need him to do something with his breath, or like we need to like collect it.
We need to collect it. We got jars from the queen that will hold his breath. He just needs to breathe into them, and then put him back on the boat. Send him to the queen. Give them to her. Pick up empty ones. Do it again.
Okay, so yeah,
Hire
that was
someone else
something I
to
was
do it.
wondering too. I'm like, do we just need this one stash, or do we need to work a deal so to constantly replenish a
See,
supply to the queen?
I
See,
mean-
that was my question. Can we just trick him and like get the shit and run, or do we like need to like set up like? Do we need to like negotiate?
I think we want to negotiate, because
Mhm.
then that way we're benefiting long term instead of just like. Because I think, Josh, correct me if I'm wrong. The idea was she needs this to like power, I think, the city or something.
She's using it to save civilians who have been losing their magic. Like even that, she kind of explained that everybody has a bit of magic in them. Not all of them are very strong, but that there's people coming out of the depths of the sea stealing people's magic.
Damn! If only Warren was here. He's really good at accounting.
and the fact that her researchers had found that rather than trying to get into the depths of the sea and figure out where these people are coming from, that she can just they'd been able to solve the problem by using dragon's breath to power a ritual of sorts to re-imbue them with magic and save them from their
Yep.
lugubrious natures after their magics have been restored, because they don't die usually, but sometimes they the attacks got violent, but it was usually just that they just didn't really care about life anymore.
So
It
we would
sounds
be
like
the
we
power
lost-
brokers here of the funnel that controls magic in this area. Just saying, that's a very profitable position to be in.
Now we just have to capitalize on that.
Just capitalize on it, and then we don't have to do the running back and forth. We set up the deal that he sells them to us. We sell them to the queen. Exclusive access, both sides. And then we hire some people to do the rest. And then
Yes.
maybe we go do something, whatever else we want. Get a Dune body.
Or get something that can hold her consciousness. So,
That too.
do we know?
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man! Do we know how Adune became a ship?
Yes,
Mhm.
you've heard her story a couple different times, which is that just to keep it short and sweet, she was a maid for a rich house. She got the honor of being buried next to a tree, and she became an inhabitant of that tree. Her
right.
soul, her consciousness, that is, and then the tree got chopped down and made into a ship, which is not always a straightforward process of whether or not the consciousness comes from the tree or not. In this particular case, it worked out, even though she was not fond of speaking of that particular transition period.
Okay, yeah. So what I was thinking, I was like, so is she the ship itself, or is her consciousness residing in the ship? Because if we could find another vessel to put her consciousness in, then she could essentially walk the land again.
This is a great segue into what I wanted to ask Jesse.
Okay.
So when you ate the magic sushi, you just became a chicken.
Yeah.
You
So
would
my
just become a
memories
ship.
of being human faded away, and my memories and all the learning that I had gotten from wizarding school and stuff like that just faded from my mind.
So what if you're not like who you are? You're just a chicken, and like your actual body is somewhere else.
Shit.
She doesn't have another
Oh!
body. She's just a chicken.
Mind fuck.
Yeah, what if I'm a chicken and somebody just implanted memories into me? Oh my god!
Could
No,
be.
I'm a man!
That's not. I was like, what? I was more thinking like, what if you like just switch consciousnesses? So like, there's like
So is there a
like
human just running
walking
around
Versus
being a chicken?
exactly.
She's in an asylum by now.
Um, so with that startled conclusion, Adune does stop, pause, petting you. You guys all turn to Cat too, with the question directed towards Cat, and notice that he was who Adune's handing the bottle of looks like a chalky, milky substance of sorts.
The indigestion cure too.
Is it dragon sized?
It
Giggity.
it is not, but it is a larger bottle, probably about a gallon worth of it. Not quite, probably not like barrel, but it's definitely.
A large bottle. A large-ish bottle.
We can offer it to him. Yeah. When you guys want to do that?
Offer an apology. Sorry we gave you indigestion. We really didn't mean to do that. We didn't mention out loud to Adune that I attempted to eat some of that sushi, did we?
No.
Or I
So
should probably
she was paused there for a second. She just doesn't. She seems at a loss of words. She doesn't say anything, but she goes back to petting you again, but slower and kind of more like you can tell that something's on her mind, being as close as you are to her.
I kind of just like lean in real close to the deck and like whisper to it, be like, "Are you okay?"
Yes, I mean, I'm sorry that happened to you, though. It's sounds startling. I hope you really are, though, who you're supposed to be. It's not just wandering around in somebody else's body. That's very alarming.
That would be really alarming. I'm going to continue to think that I am who I am and will one day get my body back. And I kind of like lean more heavily into her hand, just kind of like, oh God, I hope that's true. I want to be a man again. And I'm just like kind of like holding in all of my emotions and just kind of like blank staring while I feel Adune's hand on me.
You do see a second hand come up as the one that was petting you doesn't seem to be enough, and you lean your head down into it, and she cuts your head and then starts taking the other hand to pet the other side of your head and down your back.
I just take the time to enjoy it because I'm just like, oh, I'm sad now.
So glad I could bring existential crisis into D&D.
That's this whole game.
Beautiful.
Did you turn that on just to turn that off?
In the meantime, Mime is finished clearing everybody's plates.
Are we done with our resting?
I think so.
Are we ready to go? Do we have a plan now to go pitch to Shandar? We have a
We've
good way to apologize for the indigestion and present our scheme.
We've got
scheme for
our
making money.
cash.
Do we
We've
have our
got
nudes?
gold. We got nudies.
Birkenstock,
We got-
you know.
Yeah, so we've got the goods and we've got the indigestion cure. I think we're ready to go.
Let's do it.
Oh, I got all the candles back too.
All the sex candles.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we could throw those on too, and the
Wait.
vibrating pillows.
How did you get those back?
During your rhythmic veracity, I duplicated the backpack and gave the new one to Warren, and he gave back the other one.
Oh,
Except the magical puzzle box. Warren kept that.
of course you did.
The mithril
That's amazing.
cube.
All right, are we ready to go?
Did you just Did you just discover a duplicating glitch in this game? Is that what you're telling me?
No,
You need to share.
my character, my character as me. That's a weird sentence to say. Is an artificer.
Yeah, and you can duplicate like an item, but you're saying when you duplicated it, it made a copy of all of the items inside it.
No. I just gave him like the version of the backpack without anything in it, and he kept like
Got
one
it.
thing out of the other backpack.
Got it. I was gonna be like, oh my god, everyone get in the backpack, duplicate it.
Get in the backpack.
We're gonna duplicate everyone. It sounds like chaos, but we should try.
We now have 30,000 cats who are now.
I don't
Yes.
feel like we should duplicate ourselves. I feel like that's a real bad idea.
I'm
I
sure
mean-
no horror movies ever start like that.
Yeah, no bad stories are ever.
I mean, we're in the good
Yeah.
campaign. That can't happen, right?
Right?
True.
Right.
Right.
Yes, the worst things never come out of good intentions.
Yeah.
World War II. Anyway.
Sung by Barney, apparently.
You say I should not be giggling at that.
I was gonna say World War II set to the Sony intro song.
Anyway, let's go talk to this dragon.
Let's do it.
We're gonna try to create like a big like parade to the inside. I'm gonna go talk to the guard that I know and see if he can get some of his buddies to help us. We're just trying to make this look as official as possible.
Who's spinning up the plate?
I can, since
I'll say
I
someone else
assume
wanna give it away.
the more performance-y. 20.
Succeed with flash with uh, flair and style. Obviously,
Do
I'm not
it.
sure how.
I do it with my
Oh,
chest.
Can I get my like fancy armor back now?
Oh yeah, where did it get put?
Yeah, speaking of which,
Uh,
I think you do have that on, don't you?
I thought he couldn't walk with it on.
I think Raro, you were trying to keep just like the breastplate of it on, if I remember correctly. But I could
Oh,
be wrong.
it was a heavier armor than what I could wear, so I took it with us. So it's because it was adamantine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was interested in it, but I couldn't use it, so I would have just given it. It probably sitting in a big pile of penis pillows,
Thanks.
Great.
and
Kept
it's
safe.
probably drawn it's colored on for sure.
Dexterity saving throw
For who? Me?
for you. Yeah, you're gonna crawl if you're crawling through the pile of vibrating penis pillows.
I think we should get a round of applause because that's by far the highest Frederick has ever rolled on anything to do with dexterity ever.
It's weirdly to do with penises.
It's the penis pillows they made him inspire.
They really they speak to him.
I'm trying to get it pulled up. What is it? What is the roll? Oh, there it goes.
It's 20.
20. Nice. Not natural, but still good. So
Oh, I'm
you
sorry. It was a 19 plus 1.
it was still great. You
That still counts.
it's you wanna describe to me how you succeed on that while you're watching Raul spin up the plate with his chest somehow?
No, I don't want to describe how I interact
Okay.
with penis pillows. I would rather just
Very awkwardly,
very
just
awkwardly.
legs up really
Um,
high. He's trying to tiptoe through these pillows and like, just
I-
don't touch them. Just don't touch
ironically-
the pillows.
Ironically, very stiffly.
and your head starts playing tiptoe through penises. And you're you're able to find all of the areas just in between each of the pillows somehow until you get to the top and you like lean over the last bit of it since you've got an extra foot on even the tallest person and the other tallest person in the room easy, and you're up against the wall gingerly leaning over to grab your armor and put it piece by piece into your inventories to put on later, I guess.
Yeah.
So the plate is spun up. You are able to walk through. I'm guessing Raul leads the way. Yep.
So this new chord I found that I am using has a different interesting audio glitch. Even though I'm not doing anything with the cord, it says it keeps coming unplugged and plugging itself back in. So that's interesting.
Doesn't that mean there's a short in it?
I have no idea.
It could just be bad.
Yeah, it could be that, or the connection itself. On the laptop's end,
I have no idea.
or the. I'm guessing it's an. Is it an aux or aux cable?
This one is like a split cord. One goes in the like a mic place, and one goes into like the actual audio output.
Oh, okay. So they are both aux of adjacent, at least. Sometimes I've noticed with those particular connections, just because they spin and everything like that, and they're like a perfect circle, and the way that the connection kind of gets into them too, that hole might get some dust and or dirt particles in it and make a bad connection.
Just blowing it.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
pretty
the
much.
only way to do it. Blow it.
I don't know.
Like an old NES cartridge.
Yep.
I think it might just be time to get a new headset.
Possibly.
Maybe.
So you,
I really like mine.
I like the one that I've gotten the most recent.
I like the headset I have, which is why this is like the 5th one I've had, and I'm probably just gonna buy the same one again.
What I do. Yeah. Once you find the one you like.
Also, it's really nice because this is like a Turtle Beach from like 12 years ago, so they're like $24.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So yeah, you guys make it through the portal. Not sure which order everyone else is coming through. Maybe Cat last, still nuzzling into those hands. But
Yeah, I'll take my time, but I will eventually go through.
and with that indigestion medication following last through, I know that Riley, you said you were going to go over to the one guard and talk to them about something. I don't know if anyone else going to try and organize anything or talk to anyone, or you get the map in front of you though, where you're at, other than Frederick, which I still have yet to be able. I can't get quite the token over there. I apologize. Try one more time.
Wobble wobble.
Trying again and again. See if I could.
Wah 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 wah.
Oh.
Wah
What?
wah wah. Wah 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 wah.
Anyway. Tell us when we can stop.
You can
10
stop.
D&D
You can
points to anyone who can decipher that message.
guys can move around as you wish on the map. You should be able to see it for the most part. I'm just, like I said, I still can't quite, just because of the way the screen is set up with my phone and everything right now.
He can't grab us all. Everybody scatter!
Run!
Yes,
Ah! Whoa! Falls in the lava. I don't remember the way back to Shandar's like thing
Um,
or where we're meeting him.
I think he's
over
back
like
in
in
his
front
room.
of the. Oh, it's in his room. I assumed it'd be like in front of the stage, but maybe not.
that's where
Yeah, I
you
thought
did
we were
This is
see
a
gonna
him
go
private
last.
back
meeting.
to his quarters.
But you're walking around, and some of the other kobolds and everything. I go, you stop. I don't know who's in front of me right now. I think that was me. Hamilton, zoom in.
What?
Oh, you know what? They stop one of you. I just thought of something. I might be able to do this actually, because I can do. It might be a little for you, Warren, but I think I could give you control of one of these other tokens from my side. There you are. That might work. If I can just close out of this window. Come on.
No. You're making it me try just into the.
Well, Hamilton, you're stopped, and he goes, says to Hamilton, one of them, as your friends had scattered.
Broke up a lot. What?
After your friends had scattered, you run into one of them coming around the wall, and one of the kobolds, and fully armored, and they just are telling you that you're late for the meeting, and he's kind of directing you toward the wall behind him, opposite of the stage, and saying his offices are just on the other side of this wall. But you should probably gather your friends. You're late.
Wait a few hours.
You're right. We are a bit late. I do apologize for that. As you were, I hope that you were there to see our amazing performance that we put on for your Majesty.
I did quite like
if
the
I
part.
still call him that, I'm not sure what you prefer me to call him or her. Call them it.
I did quite like the part where you guys got blasted by his fire.
I
Don't know, don't know if that was planned or not.
Sure, that was totally part of it.
Oh, I'll have to tell the
Totally
judges.
wasn't an act. Yes, we totally intended for that. That was we were going for a good grand finale, if you will. But cough cough. Let me gather my crew, and we shall be with you shortly.
Well,
Because we
you don't
dare
have
not.
time to dilly dally, but I mean, I can see what I can do with Shandar to calm him down before he's going full dragon. If you can catch my drift.
Oh, I'm missing half an eyebrow. I totally understand what your drift is there. But do pass on the word to your Majesty Shandar. We will be with him as quickly as we possibly.
Giggles at your gesture towards your eyebrow. And he goes, "Lucky that fire doesn't bother me." And he kind of like his head tilts down, and kind of like braces himself to start walking out towards around the wall. Yeah, I don't know if you want to roll
As soon as he starts walking away, I'm just
It
to
just
get
what?
everyone's attention.
Oh, hollering. Gotcha.
just run over.
Yeah, I had to take
while
my
you're
headset
doing-
off so it wouldn't cut it out.
I caught the very last bit of it,
Oh, okay.
but so while you were doing that, I guess you would run off to this guard. Frederick, you're getting blasted by this heat as you're trying to throw your armor on because you're in the center of a volcano that you just walked into. Is where you're at. Probably you're probably stricken by the heat as you're trying to hurriedly put the armor on.
I can't remember. I'm pretty sure my character has resistance to ice. I don't know if it has a weakness. He has a weakness to fire.
He probably doesn't like it. I wouldn't say a weakness, perhaps, but it's kind of like taking somebody out of their natural habitat and putting them somewhere else. They're just like,
This isn't nice.
Is that what they're like?
I don't know. That's pretty accurate to at least my understanding of how people react to the temperature difference.
It burns.
Burns.
But I don't know what Mime is doing either.
I was looking for
Good.
everybody. Is this where everybody is still back here?
I was
did
gonna say
see
I
you.
ran back over to Hamilton.
Zoom around the map.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I was trying to look for
I don't know
things,
where you
and
would
then I
actually
figured we
go.
got stopped. I'm wherever everybody else is. I just don't know where they went.
But I
Oh,
What?
Oh yeah.
okay. It's not me. It's Josh. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like my internet must be really fading fast.
Did we lose him?
Where are you two?
where everyone is. Where it's
Don't tell
supposed
me
to
where-
be.
But like,
I think
Oh no.
He gone.
He's gone.
how about now?
He's gone.
There we go.
He's
Hear you
back.
now.
Okay, great. So
so you're
Yeah.
not in front of the stage. Are you to the left? Are you to the east or the west?
I like how they're not telling you anything and they're exactly where they were in the beginning.
Yeah, that's where I was. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I came back to behind the stage where Hamilton is.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you guys had actually wanted to move or not, but I'd seen Hamilton for the most part. That's why I assumed the Cobalt would have gone there. But Raro, did you want to do your interaction with the other Cobalt, or did you just accept the
I
interaction?
mean,
with
if we're
the other?
late, he'll fall in line.
Okay. So you kind of catch that as you're jogging away and turn back around. And he gestured on, I wonder if I can ping on this. Not really. Directly south of your guys' position.
Hustle and hustle our way there. Sorry, guys. I thought we had enough time.
Let's do this.
I thought we had enough time too. Has it really been hours?
Yeah, a short rest is like 3-4 hours, and then throw in some of the debate and Rarl's escapades there. I'd say you're going on the 5th hour from when you had
Oh, well.
requested the meeting.
Okay.
Well, it's always good to be fashionably late. We're fine.
I'm sure
All I
it's
see is
fine.
you done. I don't want to be the
I
only
did
one.
remember to bring the gold too, right? And everything.
I
I assume.
distinctly recall, yeah, you saying, because I asked, I was like, we have all the things we're taking, we got the nudies, we got the gold, we got all the things. I
Yep.
distinctly remember you saying, yes, we have them.
Adune whispers in everybody's head through the portal. You got this! And pushes the chest out through the portal.
Oh, the chest of gold.
We may shoot some finger guns. Adune, my girl.
And then another crate follows just behind that. It seems like she's organized it to push out behind it with the 2 crates of fire breath holding jars.
Great. Grab them up and make our way. Pull out the
Beautiful.
nudie too.
Well, I know for a fact Frederick can hold any one of those individually. I'm guessing the Rarltons would take up between them a crate and possibly the chest. That might need a hand from Hamilton though, with only 3.
I'll totally help.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm guessing
Maybe Cat Mime and Franklin can all
I'm
try
not
real
here.
hard to move a chest.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my siblings
Not
too.
Franklin, sorry, Rarlson's.
Rarlson.
Wow. I mean, I've got my siblings too, so they'll help as well.
so. You'd have like one of the chest with Rarl himself, I would guess, and that's where I was like filling in the blank of Hamilton. And then he had tried to join in, so I'm assuming you tried to like pick it up just before Hamilton got there, couldn't do anything, jumped on top of it. It's like
Yeah,
for the
like I
ride.
just walked over to it and was like, yeah, I'm gonna help, and then I just hop up on top of it. I'm helping.
You guys could go to the actual south on the map too and see in his human form. But you guys keep marching around the walls. You could come back to the main thoroughfare on the other side of the stage that you see is being prepared. It looks like for some other by some other kobolds. It looks like there's another performance coming. Not today, obviously, but they're preparing it for tomorrow's. And then you come back rounding the wall, just final wall to what looks like a lounge and some desk and a chair and some other large statues and other things that are been collected throughout the years that Shandar must have decorated his office space almost is what it looks like. He's sitting behind a desk, his head's bowed, and he's tapping on something on his desk that you can't quite understand what he's doing because he looks very concentrated, but there's
In
nothing
his-
physically in front of him
In his
other than
dragon
the
form, or
he's in his human form.
okay.
Hamilton. You seem
Alright.
to be the most like charismatic one. I'll help you, but
But
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mommy just had to dip out, so we've got to be
Alright.
charming, guys.
nice
I have-
pants.
Somebody else offer the finger guns.
I have a +3 persuasion, so
What persuasion do I have?
I have a. Okay, well, everyone step back. I have a +9.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
I have a
you do it.
+1.
I have a +2. How am
So-
I more persuasive than you are?
I'm a
very-
wizard.
You're a wizard,
Aggression.
cock.
Because she's
Uh,
a chicken. Chickens aren't very persuasive.
Nope, nobody believes anything the chicken says.
I
So I'm
would
gonna
also
hop up
imagine
on your shoulder.
I imagine a mountain giant, is also not very persuasive.
Unless
This is true.
unless he's persuading with violence.
I don't think that's going to work here.
No.
No, we are gonna rely on words, but I'm gonna hop up on the Hamilton shoulder.
Onto the Hamilton.
Onto your shoulder.
Yes, you are the only Hamilton to ever.
The only Hamilton.
The ham of tons. That's why I had a ham sandwich.
Or the last Hamilton.
It was the last.
As far as we know. Cough, 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 cough.
Arlsons will kind of be like backup dancers to him, like emphasizing and like.
Emphasize.
Mime did like leave a little note here. She said that she supports us. They support us in everything we present to Shandar to get all the goods and get all the money.
We should trade Mime.
Oh.
We'll give you our captain.
I don't like that.
But
I agree.
she did say, I support any and all propositions we present to Shandar.
We present our captain for one night.
Oh, gee.
One night of marshmallow toasting.
They're a power top, so you have to be the bottom.
What?
All right.
Nothing.
Let's do it.
Help!
Go, Hamilton, go.
Uh,
Not politely. He's busy.
right on the stone curtain. Dun 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 dun.
So you
He's
step up to the desk. You step up to the desk, and he kind of he holds up a finger. He says, "You made me wait. Just let me finish this last little bit here." And then he
Take
finishes
your
off, and
time.
he finishes like tapping on the desk. It looks like he's just tapping out a rhythm to you guys, and then he just like his eyes were kind of clouded over, and then he shakes his head side to side, and
Do I recognize
Look
the
up.
rhythm?
looks up to you. And no, it doesn't seem to be in a tune or a song rhythm. It's just a solid kind of clickety clack click clack clack clickety clack 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 clack. And
Or would it be more like a da 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 da?
I was gonna say, okay, so the
No.
dragon's just stimming. That's fine.
And he looks up at you, Hamilton, then with Cat on your shoulder, and goes. So you called a meeting for that business? I'm guessing that you have. She'd written me that letter for.
Aye, we have.
Did we give him the letter, guys?
Yeah.
We gave
Yeah,
the letter
yeah, you
last
get.
time, right?
Otherwise, he wouldn't know
Yeah.
about it.
Yep.
Oh, we gave him the letter, but not. We gave him the nudies too, didn't we?
No.
No.
Okay.
Just the
still have
intro
those.
letter.
Okay, those are our ace up sleeve.
He just goes. Well, I hear what she's saying, and our people are having some trouble. I get that. I mean, I'm more than willing to help out for a cost. Obviously, I can't do work for free. That's just who has the time, you know. I might live for a
No, I
long time,
totally understand.
but you know, my time is still worth something. So I appreciate that, but you know, it's gonna cost you. This is something that's pretty precious to me. It keeps my volcano nice and toasty in here. My dragon's breath. I think that's it is what she was asking for, at least.
But hear me out.
Maybe
Oh,
pause and
fiery one. Your breath is unlimited with your magnificent health that I can see that you are in.
kind of
So what
forms a
is
muff. Go ahead.
so what is a few huffs and puffs for someone in such a great physical physique of your? Wow, was it that bad?
No, that's
Done. He's just
that's
done.
just George. He's having those technical difficulties and all. So, if you would for me, with advantage, roll persuasion.
Can I help in any way during this? Wait. I might actually be able to help. I have one level 5 spell. I could give you skill empowerment, but I don't think that helps with persuasion, so no.
I think it does. Enhance ability?
Your magic deepens a creature's understanding of its own talent.
Persuasion is
spell?
one of my talents.
You touch one willing creature and give it expertise in one skill of your choice until the spell ends. The creature doubles its proficiency bonus for ability checks it makes that use those chosen skills. You must choose a skill in which the target is proficient and that isn't already benefiting from an effect, such as expertise that doubles its proficiency bonus. So yeah, the spell is skill empowerment, and it's my one level 5 spell. And I could just use it.
I mean, this is our trade deal of a lifetime. I think.
Is this one we want to use it?
I mean, until we long rest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, use it. Otherwise, you're not going to use it, and then we're going to long rest, and then.
All right, I cast skill empowerment onto Hamilton while I'm resting on his shoulder, and I just let out a quiet little squawk and kind of tighten my grip onto his shoulder to let the power imbue into him.
So do I get another roll, or do I add to this?
Your proficiency bonus that you have
It's
with
now
it.
doubled.
Yes.
Yeah, it doubles your proficiency.
Does that make sense? Or
No, it makes sense. I just embarrassing. Chose.
None of that came through, babe.
I know that's I'm kind of embarrassed to say it.
He just whispered it.
I don't remember what my proficiency bonus is. Right.
Your proficiency
Should be-
bonus is...
Should be somewhere on the top of your screen.
Okay, so yeah, so you see all your skills?
Yeah.
Right after charisma should be your proficiency bonus.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
There it is. Big old
So,
words. So we'll
it's already-
just add a. Yeah, mine's a +4. So if it doubles it, we're just gonna add 4 onto that 28, making it a 30.
Jesus.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
So
Yeah.
32 will get you pretty far. You're sitting there, or rather, standing in front of his desk. He hasn't offered anyone a seat necessarily yet. Never in any chairs, and he forms a mustache on his face, which didn't have any hair on it to begin with, and he just starts twirling the end of it, kind of curling it up in his finger. And then he goes, I think you've caught my interest, at least. And some chairs rise out of the ground for everyone to flop a squat. And he says, I'm willing to talk. What are the terms for this deal that you're proposing? I mean, granted, I am quite magnificent. I do appreciate those words, but it is good to hear every now and again. And my breaths aren't unlimited like you might have suggested, but they are quite prolific.
I'll motion to the chair, like, if I may.
Absolutely.
seat?
Please. Sit.
I'll pull up a seat. Oh, I wasn't prepared for this.
I can
You're
step up
prepared
with
to be
like
a hype
notes
man,
behind
not
you.
the main man.
Yeah, I'm 100% hype man, not main man.
I'll kind of step in and be like, if you want me to take care of some of the technical details.
Yes. So yes, as I did say, my ex, we are here for a bargain, and you are, as I did, allow me to reiterate, your almightiness, and I do apologize for any misunderstandings of your unlimited breath. I was just saying, as in your eternal life, that you will breathe forever as long as the sun burns. But allow, if you may, one of my companions, Sir Rorelson, who is much more imbued with the business side of things, if you will.
Yes, I understand.
I'm trying
Not-
very hard to sound like I know what I'm talking about.
We all give you thumbs ups.
Not all of you mortals are versed in so many different trades, as it were, because your lifespans are so short. I completely understand.
We must specialize. It is our curse. So my siblings will walk up, and if there's a table, they will spread out
There is a
a
desk.
large number. Yeah, they'll spread out a number of like spreadsheets and charts and figures and graphs, and they'll start and say, "As you may well know, if you don't, cue snip. The city of Socrates is currently low on magic. They are unable to fill their needs naturally. Something is coming out to the water and
Excuse me, I
stealing
don't
it.
mean to interrupt. I don't mean to interrupt. Socrates? Do you mean Socrates?
Socrates. Sorry, I'm a foreigner.
Okay. Continue.
Their queen has sent us on a diplomatic mission with full control to, and I look at the papers that we have, set up a business arrangement with you. They are, to be frank, desperate. And you, I look around at his lavish area, are, as a dragon, I imagine, would like more treasure, yes?
I mean, treasure wouldn't be wrongly placed in these halls, that's for sure.
This is true. We've actually have a gift for you after this, but to explain the idea. You would, of course, fill up some of these vials with your breath, and we would create a company for you, of which we would participate in a small degree. And we, and I gesture around, our crew and our own company would be given exclusive access to actually transport these goods. And as you say, these are valuable. There's a large margin of profit to be made here. And I kind of gesture to some more figures. I've done a little bit of math based on like what we were told by the queen of like limitations of how much she can spend. I don't know if we had those discussions or if it was in a letter or what.
Yes, yeah, there
Right.
was some of those, and it was kind of passed to me, May, for the final figures of what the 1% of the final profits would be. I don't think
Yeah.
she's ever shared that, or they have ever shared that information necessarily, as far as I know. But that because it was on a piece of paper, and actually it was given to Nep at first, who was doing the performance, and then when he'd finished, he'd given it off to Mime. So, yep.
Shoot. Okay. So I assume if I have never seen any of this amount of just some preliminary
Well,
numbers.
she said she would be here to support us. They would be here to support us. So I'm guessing at this point, while you're talking about it, they would pull out the necessary information.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I was going to say too, for this, with the graphs and charts and everything like that, you'd created a crafting. I don't know if you want to roll that, or if you're thinking that it would be more of an intelligence check in this particular case, actually, to in regards to how you interpret the information that Mimi kind of would probably try to slip to you to try and fill in the gaps as you're like.
Sure.
I'm assuming it's kind of like, Rarl's up front, he's presenting, and then like the rest of the Rarlsons, the other three brothers, are standing back there creating these graphs and charts on the spot.
Yeah, he's like, can I either do a performance or a sleight of hand to like kind of like pick up the beat of as they're like putting up these chart or like they're. I assume one of my siblings would start like hand gesturing to me because we can speak and thieves can't.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would also think that like Hamilton and me would be kind of like helping with the presentation. Like just there, like nodding, like yes, he speaks wisdom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just standing off to either side too of Rarl. Even, well, I guess in Hamilton's case that makes sense, but Cat, yeah, you would be on his shoulder. Yeah, and trying to kind of like protect from the goings on behind you guys, nodding along, so that he doesn't see that you're just creating the graphs on the spot.
Like
Yeah.
yes. Well, we were totally prepared.
And I am going to mark up. So I'm going to mark into the amount that like we're given, like we were told that the queen would pay. I'm going to give a slightly like a lower number to account for our own like shipping costs and like profit margins and all that.
So you're going to
I
want
don't know
to
how you want me to do that.
roll a bunch of stuff.
Roll
First and
everything
foremost,
you have.
I mean, kind of. But no, we'll try to keep it somewhat simple, but we'll have everybody being in the mix that's here. So we'll go ahead and roll for me, Kat, and Hamilton, your persuasion to like assist in this matter. You're gonna roll me a flat persuasion for your your general performance on how you're presenting the information, Rarl.
My performance.
And
Don't forget Hamilton, yours is doubled because it's good for an hour.
nice.
Your performance.
So that just adds 4. So another 32.
Holy damn. Yes, yeah, a performance for that particular aspect of the presentation. But then you're going to want to, for your brothers and everything, roll me the I think we based crafting off of your sleight of hand. So
I've got one of those too.
So
If you
I'll
want
give that.
if you want to do that, you can do
Oof.
one or the other.
Oh, it was the same edition, I think.
No worries.
So I mean, I rolled the 12 first, so not a great
That's fine.
performance, but I fumble it a little bit.
He's definitely like slowed his mustache rollings and like got a raised eyebrow as you've walked up, probably. And his probably he'd been kind of like leaned back in his chair, but he put both feet on the ground when you started laying everything out in front of him. And he's just looking up at you and back down at the graphs, and then looking up at you, and then you look down at the graphs, and you realize that some of them are kind of like finger painted on from. But
I'll I'll skip. Seeing like his reaction. I'll skip towards the end where I've got the information about how much money he can make per quarter or year or whatever off of this. And then I'll kind of gesture to the others to grab the chest of gold. I'd be like, and to ensure the Queen's goodwill and intention of setting up this trade agreement, here we have a gift for you directly from her.
And he's kind of just turns his head over his shoulder and snaps his finger a couple of times. And a couple kobolds that are much leaner than the ones that you've seen and kind of hunched over come out, and he just points to the chest, and he nods in approval and waits for your fully handing off the chest before he's like, these are my two accountants. They would gladly receive that and tell me what the figures are, and making sure that my vaults are kept nice and tidy. But I understand that, and he picks up the jar that you probably placed on the table, and he kind of looks back down at the charts and graphs, and he goes, "That's not exactly my forte." But then this jar, though, I've never seen anything that could hold my breath per se,
Yes,
and I'm quite
it's
skeptical
patent
of this
pending.
particular aspect of the trade agreement. You know, it sounds all good in theory, but I've had a few
Try
other
it out.
people coming around asking for other business ventures, and so it's sometimes a 50-50, sometimes we're talking lower percentages of success rates in this business. So it's not a guarantee that this is going to happen. What do you say? I mean, this is nice, this one chest of gold, and he turns back over to his goblins, which in the meantime, as he's kind of been staring at the jar in his hand, have somehow managed to, in like a minute flat, take all of the gold out, stack it all up, counted it, and is turned to him and says the figure, it's about 10,000. 10,001, it looks like. They may have just added one on there for your health or something. I don't know. Maybe they're just bad at accounting. And he goes, you know what? If she can make it 2 chests of 10,000 gold per. I'm guessing how many are in those crates? And just looks up at the bottle and he looks over, maybe like 1,000 bottles there. So yeah, 20,000 gold for 1,000 breaths seems fair to me. I don't. It's a lot of effort and time.
How does that fit into my Excel spreadsheet? You're like, I mean, you'd be working from home. Remote jobs are the best.
He just goes on to say, "I'm always working from home. I don't take it any other way, unless of course, I'm going out and having my own fun. Because who doesn't love a night out in the city, pillaging?"
Who doesn't?
I just keep nodding, like, very happily, like, yep, sounds great, love it.
This skeptical nature does lighten with your guys' continued nodding, especially with that other 32 there, and he's just like, your performance earlier was little low on the rung, and I've been hearing some others that are coming through. You might want to watch them do their talent shows because you could win something from this. Just saying. Anyhow, you know what? I'm feeling rather generous. So yeah, if you can get the queen to agree to 10,000 gold per these 2 crates, I could see myself going in on this deal. But you know what? I'll fill up one of these crates just for you guys to take back as a sample. How's that? And of course, 10,000 gold.
Of course. How did that fit into the math of everything? Like, is that
So
within the range of what she found acceptable of the queen?
she didn't give you guys any figures or anything like that when it came to what she was willing to go to. Like, she didn't give you an upper limit, lower limit of what she was willing to spend for this. She just said it was completely essential. So he kind of knows that he's got you guys over a barrel, so to say, and he's just
He
kind of
said
milking it.
10,000 gold per crate of jars full of
Yeah.
his breath.
Yep, and a crate holds about 500 jars, so he knows that it's like, yeah, like each jar, math wise, you're talking like, oh, math. Well, I made it easy math too, and my brain still doesn't want to do it.
100.
One crate holds 5,000
Yeah.
500 jars of dragon's breath.
Yes, yeah. So
2,000 per.
500 times. Wait, no, 10,000
You said one crate holds
divided by
500
500. So 20 gold each.
yeah, yep.
I think that's a good deal. I look to the others, and then I think that's a good deal. And then we add on our own profit margins when we go sell it to the queen. I set forward. We would be welcome to this idea. We will take it, of course, to the. Go ahead.
I'm gonna lean in as you start. I'm grab Rawlson on the shoulder. Say, so I'm gonna come close to him, whisper in the ear.
Yeah. Oh, I like
What
that.
if-
It tickles.
So what if we can convince him to get 2 crates
Mhm.
for the same price,
Mhm.
but we throw in a
Mhm.
fresh nudie of the queen with every
Mhm.
delivery?
No!
Because we still have
Ooh,
yet to pull that card out of our pocket.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. I turn to him. I like this offer. We are interested, but I wish to have a little bit of counter offer.
Sure.
You've had past relations with the queen, yes?
You see a flame. You're not sure if it's physical or metaphysical kindle in his eyes. He doesn't respond though. He does stop twirling the bottle in his hand and stares deeply into your soul. It feels like.
We have a highly skilled artist who, and I kind of like snap my fingers and kind of gesture to the others, has created a beautiful work of art, and we could guarantee more of this same quality in the future, every shipment, if we were to get a little bit more favorable terms. You know, pull out the nudie
Are we just agreeing to
and
make a
flourish
fucking
it.
catalog of queen nudies?
Yeah.
Fucking calendar.
And how are you holding it? You said you pull it out, but like, are you holding it directly in front of him so he can see the whole thing, or what are you doing? Like, are you
So it'll
holding
be
it
like
back
a
there?
slow flourish where like you slowly unfurl it so that like the old internet days where you watched one pixel at a time until the boobies came on screen?
Yeah.
Going from
Yeah.
top to bottom of the image, that's how it's loading. That's how it's presented while the other Rawlsons are all making like the what's that game show? The Wheel of Fortune like pose
Oh,
where they're like showing it
okay.
off.
The Vanna White.
Yeah.
So they're like off to either side of you and like on the image and just like holding it kind of like hands around it like, look at this, and you're taking your hand, it sounds like, almost to me, and like sliding it across the image so it doesn't see the whole thing all at once before turning it around and like taking it back from, because while you're doing that too, he's just like intently staring at the image, jaw slowly opening, and the mustache does kind of vanish from his face because you can tell he's intently staring at the image before you flourish it away, and he goes to grab for it across the desk before he stops himself, and he looks, he goes, you actually you actually hear a in the back of his throat, kind
My
of
lord.
gurgling out, and he goes, how about one better? I'll cut you a deal. Even sweeter than that. You give me that.
Sure.
I'll take the 10,000 now.
Sure.
I'll fill up both of these crates.
Yeah.
By tomorrow, though. You've got to give me by tomorrow for those.
Absolutely, of course. That's a lot of breathing.
It is. And
You don't want to hyperventilating.
his breath gets even a little bit more throaty.
Husky.
Yeah, and he goes, you set me up a single date with the queen.
Oh,
Deal, but you have to sign this paperwork that says so. I look to the others. Nod?
Aye.
Question mark?
yes. Do it.
I stick my hand out. It's a deal.
And he looked down at your hand, that just passed where he had almost grabbed for the image, and he sits back in his chair. His hand turns into a dragon hand for a bit, not the full-sized one though that you'd seen before, but it is clawed and scaled, and he's rubbing it on his chest, and you see a little bit of a flame circle around his hand before he reaches out, and it circles around both of your hands, and as he's grasping yours, you feel it kind of tingle in your hand, and he goes, deal.
Do I recognize what he just did?
You can roll an Arcana.
Are you fucking serious? 14.
Oh, that's good enough. You know that from your studies too, and at least cursorily, so because of your interest in dragons and such, on a faint winter day when all the other students had gone back to their parents, you were studying up on it, and you know that they have a they have this truth held contract between dragons, usually magically, that depending upon their skill set, whether it be magical imbuement, that is, as the case is in this particular one, if a deal is broken, you will suffer that particular damage until you die if you break the deal.
Okay, so like after we're all done having our little meeting here, I will very quietly relate that information to Rarlson.
That makes a lot of sense. I think I also made a previous deal with the barkeeper about the 10 grand too.
Yeah, they have a different type of magical deal there, but yep.
Got it. I mean, it seems like a good deal to me, and it's essential. So the queen's, it's a date, right? One date.
So
One
one date.
Yeah. Now, Josh, just to clarify, the paperwork that he's signing is what we had discussed earlier about like exclusionary rights to us to like, do this business.
He hasn't signed anything. He just had the one date shake with you, and then he was going to take the paperwork that you have on the desk, and he hands it off to his two kobolds off to the side. They read through it speed read it seems like, because it took only the time of the handshake for them to give it back. And he goes, one of them whispers in his ear before he sets it back on the table, starts to pull out a quill, and kind of is just shaking his head, and then he stops, looks at you, and goes, before I sign this, and I know that you'd fished in those exclusionary rights. That's understandable in the situation, but I'm going to add one singular clause to this, if you're amenable.
Sure, what is it?
Gulliver has been chomping at the bit for his freedom, it seems like. He's talked to just about every trader up and down the coast, I've heard word. I'm not without my means. And, well, I do like your group. You are the Rum Rollers. I've heard tale of you, and actually, I think I may have bumped into you on your way down from, the fissure.
Oh, that
Don't-
race?
Sorry if you are a bit more charred from that incident as well. And the race, yes, the race. Good point. I had raced a Aarakocra of your group. I'm not sure I've seen him here, so I hadn't thought to bring that up. But I did hear that he was Squall, I believe his name was part of the Rum Rollers. Yes. Where might he be? He kind of goes off on a tangent before bringing up
Sleeping.
the rest of it.
He's in that coma.
Off on a personal quest.
Yep.
Oh, yes. I can understand those. Everyone needs to get their affairs as they see fit in times. Doesn't always work with each group that they're a part of. Anyhow, so this clause that I'd like to add, it would simply just be that you take Gulliver to be your first captain inside of your fleet and to do most of the trading in these deals. So it does free you up, and it frees him up in his ways that he will no longer belong to me as a person. I feel like he's worked off his indenture quite well, anyhow, and he's been seeing some of the wider world. So give him some chance to get some freedom, and
Sure. In a supervised role, of course.
absolute.
He'll be the first captain underneath of
Of Admiral Mame.
yes,
Mime.
Mime.
And I
Is
would.
Mime attacking? What was the hit die for?
I don't think Mime is here.
I just saw a notification pop up that said Mime hit die 5, and I was like, oh.
I don't think that was intentional, as far as I know.
All right, let's ignore it.
But anyhow, so, and I would also, as he's writing in that clause there at the bottom, about Gulliver being your guys' first captain, would suggest, he's not going to be able to have the ship that he has currently and the crew that he has, but you will have to take him back with you, probably to Socrates as the closest port, and set yourself up with a ship there. So,
Of course.
in that, I would be giving you these bottles, and presumably you'll be getting some sort of exchange from the Queen, and perhaps that'll be enough of your first dealings to get a ship to set you off for Gulliver and his crew there. And as he's finishing off the last little bit with a flourish, he says, I will highly recommend his services in acquiring said crews and such. You may want to set a deal up with him in particular to start financing the rest of your business, so to say, and this trade. Perhaps we can move farther and past this one city. Maybe there are others that are in need of our services.
Maybe.
I agree.
So you may want to give him the right in those agreements to expand.
Oh yes, guys, we're going to become powerful.
Fuck yes.
mean-
Aye.
And he says, "It seems there are two signatures that are required on this." He draws another line and next to his name, and it's with a grin, and then he signs Shandar the Red, and the date,
It's Mime, right?
and then turns the contract around and hands the quill out that he's using.
Admiral?
Writes in-
So Mime should sign this.
Mime. Yeah.
So Admiral now, Mime, takes the quill, considering their last comments there. They are okay with this and sign the contract for not just Mime, or Admiral Mime, but now um, like it would be Rum Roller probably first, and then Captain or Admiral Mime.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Rum rollers or limited or incorporated or something.
Rumblers
Are you
LLC.
are, are you guys actually incorporated? I've not heard of any business dealings with you before. I mean, wouldn't be that hard to set up at the city. You might just have to talk to someone in that sector. I don't know
Nope.
all the ruling.
You are our first. This is our first deal, and I must say, it's a very successful deal at that. I think we're all going to be good friends and
Yes,
make
I
a
think this
lot
went
of
quite well.
money.
Yes.
I think it would be quite a wonderful dealings indeed. And with that, he says, finally, too, well, you're welcome to stay for the rest of the talent show. If not, and he pulls like a chip that just kind of looks like a coin, but with that doesn't have any real weight, and he holds it out. If you hold on to this, you'll know whether or not you are the winner of the talent show. I wouldn't hold my breath. I hear Pop Tart
Oh.
is coming,
Oh,
but
Pop-Tart. Oh, jeez. Oh,
you could
one
probably.
more thing. One more thing. I'm so sorry, my lord. We saw on our way in you had a bit of an infestation of goblins.
Ah, yes, yes.
Do you
They are
want any
quite a
help with
nuisance.
that?
I mean, that would be lovely. I wouldn't put it upon my guests, though, to solve my problems, as it were.
Sir, we are now a company. We could offer it as a business service to you.
That would be lovely if you wouldn't mind figuring out rooting out those rats. I would love it.
The others, what do you think?
I think we're probably pretty good at rooting out rats.
Yeah.
We got this.
Right. Yeah, I think we agree. Yeah, we could totally do
Well, in that
this.
case, it sounds like you may be up for another reward besides that of the talent show. I mean, I have quite a vast array of magical items that might intrigue all of you.
Yeah. I'm
Ooh,
very
is
intrigued.
yes.
Yes, we are not
Just like
here
a-
just for the Queen, Beck. We're. Sir?
Hmm?
I don't know.
Nervous.
We are here.
I mean, we're here for the queen's thing, but we noticed that he had a problem. And
Yeah, we're not here just for the.
oh, that's what you said. Got it.
That is understandable. Hopefully, though, perhaps me and the Queen can unite on some front in the future too. Anyways, that's just my idle wants and wishes. But yes, I would be quite amenable to rewarding you for getting rid of them. I don't really deal in that sort of extermination. It's a little beneath my
Means you
station.
don't-
I've been delegating it to my staff, who have been taking to it. It seems quite well. Can't tell if they're actually trying to get rid of them or just using them for sport. Not real sure anymore.
We will get right on that, and you can trust in the rum rollers to get shit done.
Fuck right.
Aye.
Oh, I like you guys. In that case, too, well, let's call this a night. And he pulls out a pipe, and then like he's turned his one hand back into a human hand, but kind of just takes that pipe and then like what looks like almost spins it real fast between his fingers. But when they stop, there is a pipe for each of you in between the fingers, and he hands it over to anyone that would take one, even to the cat, the chicken, into their beak. And
I attempt to take it.
Hell yeah, we take ours.
Yes, Hamilton was well.
and he goes, "Oh, this is just something I've worked on in my hobby free time. You know, I've poured this out of the reaches, and you can see it's a nice polished obsidian pipe in each case that he carved up. Maybe you're not quite sure if he's done it with his own claws or not, but it is well polished, and you see packed into each one too a greenish coloration of substance. And he goes, "It's just something that's been growing off the side of the mountain that I find makes the evenings a little more enjoyable."
Oh, okay. I take a deep whiff.
You get a
As
heady aroma from it that is elevating and at the same time grounding.
as one of the woods, would I recognize this herb?
You could, what is it? Survival, or is it? I think that's the one. I'm trying to remember if
Survival or
there's something.
nature?
Nature. That I didn't. That's the one I was trying to think of. We don't use that one very much, so yeah, nature. And advantage, right? Because you have skills that are centered towards the forest, right? The rogue natures and all, right? Am I wrong?
Mm. Yeah, because
Okay.
that and I'm an elf, so I grew up in my livelihood was woods.
Woods.
I think it's usually the thing that I'm referring to is the rogue aspect. They have advantage on checks when in their own natural environment, and you can choose that. And in the elf case, I guess I could accept that for now for an advantage on nature check.
History, because from my past, maybe.
Mm,
A 3?
I said, or maybe a history, might be from my past, maybe.
Was the nature not good? What was the nature?
14.
mm,
With advantage, right?
yep.
14, you get a feel that it is it's gonna be, it doesn't quite give you the same smells. It might be a different strain, if you will, of herb that is known for its relaxation and taken sometimes for meditation purposes too, for those that are still learning the practice.
We're not looking at
And
like an opioid, right? We're not about to do peyote with the fucking dragon.
No. Your comparable senses would tell you, this is just some sort of pot.
Medicinal, yes. Yeah. After taking a deep sniff of it, I looked at everyone like, "Oh, this is excellent. We are greatly appreciative of this."
I haven't quite found a name for it yet, but I'm glad to partake in it with someone else. And he takes his pipe and just blows into it, and you can see he doesn't create any flame out of his mouth, but just the heat of his own breath seems to turn the top of the the pile into coals before he takes a long drag on it.
As Hamilton
awesome.
lights up the pipe himself, like takes a big deep breath of it and like on the exhale just if I may be so bold, may I suggest you call it the roller for
Go ahead.
I was gonna say for our great business deal here as between you and the rum roller.
Make a deal on that. Make a new business deal on that. We can do both.
We can do it.
And of course all trademarks of this product would be yours. But we still hold the right to the name. If we're still talking business, of course.
And he's been holding his breath that as you were as after you had choked yours out, he'd been holding his in and kind of just staring, and he still hasn't let it out yet. And you can tell he's thinking about it. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion.
Worst one. +4, so that'd be a 7.
17. So he slowly starts to let his out, just starting pressure before he cuts it off again, and then starts blowing some rings out that he starts forming in the smoke some shapes, and he's still kind of like pondering it, and he grows a beard in the meantime, just for his own sake, and starts stroking it while he's creating these shapes in the smoke, and you see his eyes start to water before he finally lets the last bit of the smoke out, and he goes, breathing in a fresh breath of air, and says, "You know, it's got a nice ring to it, the roller. Yeah, and it's I see what you're driving for, but this was supposed to be a bit of a celebration of it itself, no longer business. But you know
Don't
what?
take,
For the
but please don't take it as a business expense here. Take it as a suggestion from one friend to another. But at the same time, not compromising the name of our group ourselves.
I see. I see. He takes a quick little drag and goes, I tell you what, for the name, how about I just buy it off of you right now for. And he grabs in the chest behind him, with his. You see it go in as a regular hand. It comes out as almost the full size dragon hand, maybe 3/4. How's it? And he just stares at it for a long time. You can tell he's trying to count them, but his eyelids flutter. Whatever this is, and he just hands it to over.
Before I even touch the gold, I want to clarify. So, just to clarify, you are wanting to buy the title of Rum Rollers off of us?
No. Just I think you said it was roller, right? The roller? The
Yeah.
roller. The roller, not rum rollers. That is still completely your area.
Okay.
It's just the name for this herb. Well, not you were talking about, and I'll try it out in a couple markets. Who knows? It might not even stick. Might become
Yeah.
something else later on down the road.
Looks like enough gold for our starter ship right there.
Yeah.
I'll happily accept in the clarification that yes, just to say that the name of Roller was a gesture of our good. I just don't want to, as I previously don't want to compromise the name of our group.
Oh, I completely understand. It might not go anywhere. So, like I said, you don't want to. You don't want to ruin your good names, of course. And who knows? It might be taken up also by some downtrodden folk. Doesn't seem like it would go anywhere by them, though. It's a nice nightcap after a long day. You guys, anyone else partaking, or are you guys just all staring at your pipes? I know that you took a single one, but you're starting to feel any of your analytical brain just completely shut off, and just about everything is making you smile right now. And that pile of gold that he has in his hand is looking almost like a giant whatever food is most appealing to Hamilton at the time. I don't know.
An unlimited size bag of Funyun.
Okay.
I would say that Cat is partaking in this, just like because why not? We just made a deal with the dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably say you guys could roll me a Constitution saving throw for this,
Oh
just
no.
to round everything out.
11.
Oh, this hitting good.
What'd you get there, Hamilton?
11. Or no, just 10.
Oh,
No, Jessica.
Oh.
Damn. 11.
gotcha. How about the Rarl? Or Rarl? Just himself?
Waiting for it to pop up.
Oh, okay.
Mm,
Just making sure there aren't any nat ones before I.
13.
Oh, okay. So it seems like that Rarl's a little bit more experienced in the field and doesn't choke while completely. Just kind of does a little bit of it to get used to it, while Hamilton and Kat are like you said, you already coughed it, so that worked out nicely for the 10, I'd say. But you do still feel it starting to wash over you, and all of your limbs are starting to feel a little bit heavier. But you look back at your companions, and Kat, meanwhile, is on your shoulder, like just staring up at the ceiling and watching the smoke of the volcano go up into the sky, and maybe like one or two stars that can kind of peek through in between those. And Raul is didn't cough, but is still kind of like blowing out smoke and watching it go out of his mouth.
He's having
I
a
don't
good
know if
time.
you're trying doing anything with it particularly, but don't want to fill up too much of that. But you guys are both all starting to feel heavy and really nicely.
Relax?
Very, very, very relaxed. Yes.
Relax in the sight of a dragon, even though I'm a chicken nugget.
Yeah.
Nuggets.
You do see his eyes start to lingering more on you, Cat, but he knows that he's heard the tales of Cat Holdus of the Rum Rollers, so he has yet to incite any food related comments towards you, and having seen your performance as well, he knows all that. But
One
he
fellow
is,
fire lover to another, don't eat me.
yeah. But you do see he is just like everybody else, starting to get a little snacky.
Turn to the others. We should get some pho.
I wholeheartedly agree. We should make our way back to our quarters and enjoy ourselves. And then I kind of just like fumble off their shoulder and flop to the ground and start stumbling, but walking upright as best as I can.
Oh, fuck.
Turn to the dragon. Well, sir, thank you so much for the deal, for the celebration, and for the smokes.
Yes,
I believe
please,
we are all due a long rest. As
please absolutely. I need to get down before I get back up for the rest of the talent show tomorrow. And yes, please keep those pipes. Those are a token of my appreciation for bringing this deal to me.
I guess a good thing since I just walked off with it.
Yeah.
Like, thanks, this is mine, bye. I kind of just like wave one of my wings and give Shandar just like a salute with the pipe still hanging out of my beak.
And you see your hand, your wing moving in the air, and you start to think, "Hey, that looks funny. Why is my wing like this? Look at this, guys. It goes back and forth like this."
Just start waving it around.
Start chicken chuckling. I don't know what that would sound like, but that's what I assume. I don't know
Yeah,
if
it
that
would
one
just
comes
sounds
through
like
or not.
chicken laughter.
So you guys go back around to behind the stage and spin up the plate to get back onto Adune.
Mhm.
All
We have
right.
no way to notify the queen from here, right? We have to now sail back and talk to her.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think we have
and
any kind of like remote communication.
That sounds like a good next session.
Well, that and the goblins that you've now promised to expunge from the his Shandar's
Yeah, we should
tunnel.
do that first.
Sounds like a good time. They were very squishy. That one in guy in particular was probably about the hardest guy there.
And we've got a bunch of these flaming these breath things. I say we bring one case to the queen, keep a case for ourselves for the
Oh,
start of the deal.
just as a clarification too, after he'd like signed all of the documentation, had like a copy being made behind him from his Cobalt accountants and handed off a copy, and he kept the original.
Damn. All right, we'll be legit. That's fine.
Okay.
Oh, fill on the manifest. It says 2K.
2 case, yeah, and for 20,000 gold was the
Wait,
deal.
I heard 10,000.
It was for 1,000.
10,000
it was
gold
Case.
per crate.
And we
Yes.
got a free crate for the promise of a date.
With the queen.
So I don't know if that was part of the written
was part of the-
contract or if this was a side deal.
that was a side deal for this time. It was a handshake deal this time.
So then we got. Oh, okay. So then the queen is gonna give us 20,000 when we get there, and we're gonna have 10 grand
Or
to ourselves.
she's gonna give Gulliver the 20,000 with
Sure.
his new crew. Yeah.
That's the money to start up the new merchant system.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we did it. We've become businessmen.
Yay, capitalism!
All
Dun,
right.
dun, 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 dun. The good campaign has achieved capitalism.
Achievement unlocked.
I've achieved what I hate.
Now we can do whatever we want.
Meanwhile, then it sounds like in Hamilton's rooms a mirror has appeared. That is no joke. That is full legit.
Uh-oh.
What?
You said
Look at
that
the
is
mirror.
something. Yeah, you see a mirror that has appeared in your corridors after you accepted your self-loathing for having made this deal.
Oh. So now I just have to. Is that like a metaphor for having to like live with myself?
Mm-mm. Are you looking into the mirror? It's gonna like propped up next to the desk the bed that you're in, so it's not, you can't see it currently. You just know it's a mirror from looking out of the corner of your eye, and it seems to be reflecting, the other side of the room, sort of, kind of. But you're looking out of the corner of your eye on the side plane too of the mirror, not like a direct shot.
What does the
Spooky.
mirror show?
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. There's a girl inside. She's crawling out.
Ew, girls.
Ew, girls. Nobody
Ew.
likes those.
Do you look at it though, or?
Save that for next time.
Okay.
I mean, we got 5 minutes. You don't want to dig into that?
Fuck it, yeah. I'm getting ready to relax and lay down there. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, you get a little paranoid as the mirror kind of comes out of the wall. You're like, who the hell's watching me? What the fuck is that? And
And in
you
my medicated state, I get up to look at the mirror like, is that really there? So I stare
you
deep
very
into the mirror.
very very cautiously get in front of it, and before you're staring in front deep into it, and as you get a full lock on the perspective on the other side, you see a chamber that is illuminated by these glowing pustules of leaves and branches, with a demon figure that's center got his back to you, and the first thing that you lock eyes with in your particular state is Flint on the other side of the mirror.
Is Flint the demon?
No, Flint is not a demon currently. He's behind the demon, though.
Oh, okay.
Like following it or facing it?
He's facing the demon.
Is he in a fighting stance or
But
trying
seem
to
to be talking. You know you have his torque as well.
Oh my gosh. You
Mm.
can talk to him.
Ask him.
Well, I can actually talk to his party, not him. So
You can see him. Can you feel the
You do
love tonight?
relax a little bit at seeing him, I guess, too, and see the rest of the Shadow Seekers near him that are there. I think you would definitely notice Mame and being the big Goliath that they are, and trying to think if Hamilton cares that much to notice everybody else, but Franklin, yeah, would be plainly noticeable, and you don't see the others, but maybe they're behind the demon from this angle because they
So
do seem to be.
I haven't played Bad Campaign in a while. What's going on in there?
Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to picture this. So like, there's a demon facing Flint, like they are face to face. Yes?
They're facing each other, yes, but he's kind of downhill from the demon, and the mirror is kind of angled that way too, honestly. But there's a set of stairs that seem to lead down to the bottom of a ziggurat that you guys are standing at. I think at the base of, or at least second level of, if I remember correctly, and
Yeah.
looking up the demon.
Yeah, I have actually missed the evil campaign the last couple times, I think.
I
The
was
demon
there.
the demon I'm talking about is the one that likes getting hurt. So you guys have met him for sure.
Oh, okay. I forgot where that combat took place. I was still thinking that we were in the penis caves.
You are, but it's
Oh,
at
okay.
the center of those.
I remember. Call me master. Yes, I remember.
Yep.
And we were trying to figure out how to break that mirror. But now you apparently have a version of it in your room, and you're looking through it.
And now Hamilton will just be staring at the mirror. What?
Watching us beat a demon until it gets off.
No, I, because me myself as like a player, I'm like, oh, how am I gonna react to this? So now I'm gonna play the
I'll give
odds
you
and evens game.
yeah, I'll give you until next session for it, because you'll see some reaction on the other side of this if you don't do anything physical, because we're at the exact 10 o'clock mark. So if you wanted to give your brain some leeway there until next week.
Yep.
Yeah, let's
That's
do
a fun
that.
cliffhanger.
Because I was gonna play the odds or evens games of like, do I react to this, or I'm like, man, I am baked.
I am imagining shit.
Yeah.
So Well,
Find
no,
out next time on the exciting conclusion of
Capitalism.
Yeah.
But now we don't have to do. Well, we have a little bit more capitalism, and then we can do whatever we want with some funds.
Yes. Let's do it.
You guys need to do some accounting on that fistful of dragon gold too.
Yeah, we need to figure out how much.
Yeah, I
No.
give it to my siblings. They can count it. They can count it for us. That's what they're for.
Make sure their paws ain't.
Need to make
I
yourself an
turn to you in a shocked expression. Me steal something at the same time I steal something from the table in the ship.
As you're talking, just me steal something as you're just grabbing a fork and slowly putting it into your pocket.
Yeah, the tail's just constantly grabbing stuff.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Good stuff.
All right, let's go to bed.
Yeah.
Yes. Shots all around.
Shot. We're all CEOs.
Yeah, we did it, guys.
I've become what I hated. Yay.
Yay. Oh, it feels so good to be successful. I mean, sure, it's a make-believe world and it's not real, but
We did
in
it.
that world, we made it.
I would like to believe my dad is proud of me now.
Dad, I made it. I made a huge trade deal. I'm gonna be rich. Really? In my game. That's totally made up.
I did it with a red dragon. We juggled goats and gave it to him while a chicken set him on fire and fed it to him.
Son,
Just
that boy ain't right.
just the deepest sigh. Just, where did I go wrong?
Just like son of a bitch.
All right.
Yeah,
Have a good evening, guys.
Have fun.
Have a good night.
Good night.
A grand and wonderful thank you for those who took the time and made it here, to the end of the episode, where I know sometimes we are long-winded and others we are just dead silent. I don't know what to tell you. This is raw here, folks. Please remember to like and subscribe, and you can help support us just by listening. But you can also provide even more support, if you like, by going to Anchor FM page and following the support link there. If you do so, I will personally work in an NPC or an idea, whatever you'd like to hear played out. If you want, you can get a hold of us through one of our many options, including voice messages on Anchor FM, or DM to our Twitter, or any other social media that you can find us, YouTube, etc. You can share your ideas, otherwise listen for the shout out and thank you for making it through.